I'm in the Porsche, yeah. Right. We gon' ride this one out. Right. Let me put my St. Louis hat on. Yeah. See, I'm a St. Louis nigga, a money gon' getter. Don't matter how I look because the money gon' get her. I'm the same little nigga, a U City nigga, a half a order fried rice, St. Paul nigga. I'm a emos eating nigga, a White Castle nigga, a dice shooting, got my no space playing nigga. All my north side niggas, my east side niggas, my west side, south side, 305 niggas. I keep St. Louis on my back, St. Louis on my hat, St. Louis on my tat. So how real is that? I got a St. Louis address, St. Louis assets, St. Louis clubbing where the St. Louis asset, St. Louis ways in my St. Louis J's, called a St. Louis case in my St. Louis days. Now I'm international, St. Louis with a St. Louis swag, getting St. Louis paid. See, I'm a St. Louis nigga, a money gon' get her.
Yeah, back up in this motherfucker one more again from my hood to yours. Here's them representing from your X's up. Shout out to all the niggas that made me motherfucker I am. Y'all not cut from my cloth because they stopped making our fabric out here. You busters don't know shit about this. This where we at the Lou Town all day, every day. From my hood to yours. We out here week motherfucker 6. Week motherfucker 6 of that Thursday morning pre-cap people. Shout out to me. Shout out to this nigga over here. The talent, as he so deemed himself, Roy from the Rankins crew. People.
Duval. I know y'all watched that game on Monday night and y'all was very impressed with Trevor Lawrence. Y'all was very impressed with the Jaguars. Been talking about that Jaguars defense. Only person that was smart enough to go and pick them up was Black Republicans, because the Jacksonville defense is one of the best defenses in the league right now. 4-1. If you don't like it, listen. If you're a Chiefs fan, like I told Chivo, his brother's a Chiefs fan, I'm going to tell the world. The Chiefs, y'all got a good team. Keep your heads up. That quarterback y'all got, he not Trevor Lawrence. He's a good quarterback. Put your head up.
Super Bowl winner.
Walk high. Keep your head up.
He's won a playoff
played
game.
A good team on Monday night. There is no shame in that loss. You played a really good. You played a tough-minded quarterback of Trevor Lawrence. He get his foot stepped on. That don't mean nothing. I was like, get up, Trevor. Trevor got up, and he got in the end zone. So don't hold your head down because your quarterback couldn't lead you to a victory Monday night. He's not Trevor Lawrence, but he's a good quarterback. Hold your head high, Chiefs fans. You are going to be okay. You just ran up against a tough Jacksonville Jaguars team. Duval.
You said all it. You know what? Never again. Never fucking again. You better damn know it.
What's wrong? Did I say anything that's wrong? Is what's the kid in Kansas City name? I think it's Mahomes.
Yeah, the nigga that used to be on your team.
He's a good quarterback, right?
He's a Super Bowl winner. He's won a few of them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Hold his head up. Hold your head up high.
He's won a playoff game.
Hold your head. So is Trevor Lawrence.
Anyway, so we finna get into our sponsors. Fuck what this nigga over here talking about. You got
you upset that I'm speaking facts. I said the guy's a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. He just ran up against a tough Jacksonville team.
Trevor Lawrence is trash, and that Jacksonville defense did not help Black Republicans win.
They was up 14-0. They was averaging. I heard this on a radio show. They was averaging 7.6 points a game. 7.6 yards per play. Any team, the last 33 games, any team that has averaged more than 7.5 yards a play was 33-0. until Monday night when the Jaguars won, and now they're 33-1. So
Anywho.
look, my point is this: Kansas City's a great team. They're a tough team. They just played a better team on Monday night. It's no shame in that.
None.
I'm not bragging. I'm patting those guys on the back and I'm saying, hey, good job, fellas. You did great. You did a great job. Just play the Jaguars.
I don't want to see. I want to hear that dumbass shit you over there stressed.
Come on, man. Let's move on because clearly.
Anyway, I'm finna get into these goddamn sponsors. Listen, y'all.
Like,
on Broadway, 5026.
It's almost like you can't get somebody to trade with you, so you just upset with the world.
I'm not upset with the world.
Let's get into the sponsors.
On Broadway, 5026 on Broadway, owned and operated by our very own El Patron. Shout out to El Patron. Go out there, holler for all your liquor needs, and go see the second location at Page Jam Van Venner. You have DJ Big L. Go holler for all your DJ services, going in, going out, weddings, bar mitzvahs, dumbass motherfucking commentary at the beginning of the shows, hiring for all your DJ needs. Then you have Jenkins Lawn Services, hollering for all your lawn care needs. And last but not least, there is BC Plumbers, owned and operated by the homie Anthony Clark, a.k.a. Lil Petey.
Fuck Lil Petey. But since the Jaguars won on Monday night, Lil Petey is taking a week off because he understands the magnitude of this Jaguars win, and he is not doing any plumbing work for the rest of the week.
You sound like a fucking idiot. Shout out to never mind. You are too damn much. Let's get into these standings. Out of the South, all roads, according to you, but not looking like it this year. All roads to the championship lead to the South. You got Cheapo Burgers #1 in the South. Hurricane Walker, the number one team in all the land at 5-0, the last undefeated. People's Champ out that north, and Sparks Bucks leading out that east. So you got one from the top to the bottom. You got Hurricane Walker, People's Champ. Third place, Bucks, Cheapo Burgers in fourth, the Gronk. Fifth, World Lost in sixth, Cheese the Dine at 7, and New York City Matrix rounding out the top 8. The rest of you motherfuckers need to get your weight up. You don't deserve to be mentioned, pussy. Punk ass thing. This week in the league, I'm going to toss to you and let you bring up your things that you want to discuss in this week in the league before we get into these games. So this week in the league, sir, what do you have?
Well, last week we had a big trade that went under the radar. Joe Flacco was traded to Hurricane Walker, the champ, for Rasheed White. And, Rasheed White had a pretty good game on Sunday. Joe Flacco got benched. So it almost looked like team commit sold him a bad
damaged goods.
Deal. But Joe Flacco got traded on Tuesday, but Hurricane Walker had already dropped Joe Flacco. I don't know why. I mean, team commit sold him a really good deal.
Don't do that.
A starting quarterback ain't a good deal when you don't have one. And week 7, the Buffalo Bills are on the bye. He doesn't have a quarterback. He had one in hand, and he traded it. It was listen. Sometimes
what did you do? Tell the people the truth. Didn't you spam him with that same trade day after day, week after week?
Yes, and you know why I did that?
Why?
You want to know why?
Please.
Because he's not in the group. He doesn't check his app every day. So I wanted to make sure when he did check it, he see the trade was there. And voila, he checked it, seen the trade, thought it was a good trade, made the deal, but then he cut Flacco. He could use Flacco.
Was that a bad GM move?
Maybe happened. Maybe his, he been saved before. Looks like the People's Champ picked up Flacco. So maybe the People's Champ will do a solid for his friend that he's helped before and shoot Flacco over to him because he could use him. Maybe he send him Wentz. I don't know. I know he needs a quarterback, but if he doesn't
did get Wentz, didn't he? He got Wentz, didn't he?
Here's the funny part about all of this.
What's that?
Week 7, Hurricane Walker. I mean, we're a whole week ahead, but people need to understand how this is playing out.
Really?
Week 7, Hurricane Walker quarterback is on the bye.
Yes.
He's playing the U City Lions, the team that last year sold him a quarterback, and then the trade got canceled, or denied, rejected.
Veto, nigga.
It's almost like it's karma that he's
Poetic
playing.
justice.
He's playing the Lions the next year where his quarterback is on a bye, can't make this up, and now he doesn't have a quarterback. And just so happens the Lions has 3 quarterbacks: Herbert, Dillon, Gabriel Dillon, and the same quarterback he tried to trade him last year, Sam Darnold, who's having a great year. I wonder if the Lions are going to shoot him a trade this year for Cook.
I wonder if you are smoking crack. You sound completely fucking asinine. First off, and by the time this show comes out, the free agents that are out there should have been picked up before Thursday's game. Cooper Rush is out there still. Cooper Rush is out there because somebody, a friend, you know the guy. He spent $250 on a quarterback that he dropped 6 days later, only to find out that his starting quarterback, who he replaced with that $250, is still questionable, and the quarterback that he had on his bench, Tua, is now questionable as well. But my thing is, if you had Tua in the first place, why go out there and spend the money on Cooper Rush that you're not going to spend? We're going to talk about other. We're going to get to a small discussion before we get into these games on how to. There's no how to spend money, but you out here fucking off money, and eventually that shit comes down to the end at the season. I'm just going to go ahead and take this. Listen, people. Free agent money is just that. It's free agent money. It's used to help your team. This is the second year we doing it. Last year was a test run, and motherfuckers worked out the kinks. But going out there spending $250 on a motherfucker to drop them 6 days later is not good use of your funds, and that's horrible GMing. And I'm gonna call that shit how I see it. It's horrible GMing. Going out there spending $800 on a nigga that you ain't even got a chance to damn use, and he's already benched, and you can't even go out there and buy a motherfucker because at the end of the day, everybody can outbid you. That's bad GMing. Nigga, that is horrible. Do better with y'all free agent money because y'all niggas out there looking real crazy. And that's just my spiel on it and my take on it.
Listen, man. You got good owners, you got bad owners, you got good moves, you got bad moves. You can't regulate how guys do what they do, okay?
I'm not trying to regulate anything. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions. Legit questions. Right here on the thing. Was the $250 well spent if you dropped them 6 days later? No. Was the $800 well spent on a person you never even got? Because remember when the $800 was spent, it was to block Brandon, and it was a good war move, and he trying to win the division and all that good shit, but he didn't close the gap. Now, you spent $800, and you was like, well, shit, Brownie might go out there, act the ass, and he might get a starting job. That shit didn't happen. So now you got a quarterback you spent $800 on that you ain't even got the chance to use. Was that $800 well spent?
No.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If you don't make the right move every time, you gonna get in everybody's shit?
Yeah, we always do. Because if I don't make the right move, you get in my shit. This is everybody. Don't act like that. Because this is why we do the show.
That's what you want to do, then get in this shit.
This is why we do the show. Is this not why we do the show?
If you want to get in this shit and harp on it, go ahead. Be my guest. Hey, he made an aggressive move. It didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. Okay?
Yeah, it does.
It happens. Okay?
And what I want to quote the brilliant mind of Roy from the Rankins crew. The only good move.
I'm finish the quote.
The only good move, nickel,
Listen, man.
You don't want to do it. I'm asking. This your
Listen what
quote.
I'm telling you.
The only good
The
move
only good
is
move is the
the
right
only
move.
good
Listen what I'm
moves
telling you.
is the right moves. The
Listen, it
only
happened.
good move is and you wasted $800 on a
Okay,
motherfucker,
that's
and you
fine.
gonna have to drop him. That's all right. You gonna have to drop him, or you gonna let him sit there on your bench looking stupid, and I'm just gonna wait for the notification. Be like, he
Drop who?
dropped, huh?
Drop who?
Browning, nigga.
Why we got it? It doesn't matter if he drop.
He just gonna be sitting there wasting the roster spot. At the end of the day, $800 well spent, puss ass nigga. So,
So that's what you know what?
mm,
That's a great war tactic
ain't no war
in
tactic.
your face. That's a great
How?
in your face war tactic because
That's not.
oh yeah,
I am quoting the news.
that's exactly what you're doing. What you say, you gonna wait till he drop him. That's a great quote. I like that. That shows me you deep into this war. Because
How?
nobody else, I can guarantee you, nobody else in this league is waiting on the notification that Browning got dropped. But you just said you
It's the
are.
same thing I was
You
waiting
get
on.
wait, did you just say you waiting on the notification for Browning to get dropped? That let me know you deep off in this war. And I respect it. I respect it because everybody all along knew you was deep in this war,
I am
and you
not.
just proving it.
No.
Don't lie.
It's the
Don't
same
lie.
thing when I was talking about
Do
Najee.
you think Brian wakes up in the morning and says, "Where that notification at? I need to see Browning got dropped."
I don't know what Brian wakes up and does.
Exactly. We
But
can move on.
we go move on. At the end of the
I'll
day,
let you
you
enjoy.
did
I'll
and
let
said
you
exactly
listen. You
what
can
the
have
truth.
your moment because you earned it, and you in a deep war with a nigga. So I understand when you in war, it's all bets are off. Hey, if I was at war with somebody, guess what I do? I wake up every day waiting on that notification because I'm gonna get you. This is what war is about. But if you ain't at war, then it seems. But you at war,
End of
so
the
I
day,
would
like I
never put
said,
that on
I
you.
look at everybody because just the same way I know that Cooper Rush was dropped, just like I know that Joe Flacco was dropped today because I watched the.
What if he pick up Cooper Rush but drop Browning to pick up Cooper Rush?
He got to be able to afford it.
What
He
that
got to be
mean?
able to afford it.
Are you gonna bid on him?
Who knows?
Because if you not finna bid on him, what do you care about him being able to afford? He got
He
money
can't
to
afford it.
afford. Why? Why? How you know? What's the going price? I could put in a bid for $1. He could beat me with $2. Are you gonna beat my $2? You gonna beat his $2?
While you up there doing God's work, motherfucker, I'm down here getting beat down in my socks over that $2. Listen, y'all, let's get into these
Look at
motherfuckers.
this guy. Look at this guy who is clearly at war.
I
Don't want
am
to
not
admit
at
it.
war,
Let
my
him
nigga.
know I will be blocking. Cooper Rush will not leave this fucking free agency for $2. Woo! Big war. Hey, you ain't new to this. You true to this. You've been
This
in war
nigga here,
before.
boy.
You know about war and the tactics it take to win a war. That's all I want. But
Listen,
remember, this is a 5-year
all I
war.
know is
This is a
finally, because
5-year
this is the
war.
thing. We get you on
Marathon.
Cam, and this is the beauty of Cam, people. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all niggas, this is the beauty of the camera life. See, when you on Cam, you have to be able to look the people in their eye. And you can go behind in the scenes. Shout out to the chat room. Anybody in the chat room, if you're not in there, you need to get there. Shout out to everybody in that motherfucker. But when you in the chat room, you can talk all that bullshit. You can type all that bullshit and protect your little minions. And we gonna get to the minion bowl in a little bit. But you can talk all that shit, protecting your hoes. But when it's the cameras on, the lights are on, and you gotta look at these motherfuckers in the eye, you gotta tell them the truth. Was that a bad move? Fuck yes. And he had to even admit to it. Yes, it was a bad move, a dumbass move. And you ain't got shit to show for it. So with that being said, nigga.
With that being said, I'm gonna quote you. He gonna finish last regardless, right?
Yeah.
So? Was that move of Browning? Was that the move that
We've already
made
established
it?
it wasn't the right move. We've already don't
Don't
backpedal.
difference?
Huh?
Was that the move? That was the move that would have kept him in first.
It would have had him money to where he. You asking me a question, I'm trying to
Go
answer it.
ahead, I'm
It
asking.
would have had him money that he could have bettered his team. That's what the free agent money is for, to better
Better
your
his team
team.
with who?
With the 19 points from the new RB1 in the Cardinals organization, would that have helped him? No, it wouldn't have. Come on now, don't look at the people and lie. He lost by what? I'll tell you what he lost by.
He
Don't
lost
worry
by
about it.
6 points.
He lost by.
If he started Browning, had he started Browning, since you want to go there, he'd have won.
Yep.
Okay then. So
And I've already established he spent $800 on a motherfucker he
and he
didn't
would have won.
use.
And he would have
You
won.
when you challenged me, you last week you
He
got
would have
Carter. You
won.
started him. I said, hell yeah, I'm starting him.
Wait a minute. You
Did I start him?
the same
Did I
logic
start
that
him?
you're using for Carter can be used for Browning, right?
Did he use him though? I used him.
The same logic.
Yep.
We're not talking about you. You always making this about you.
My point of the matter is,
you at war with this man? Or
I'm
something?
not at war with nobody. I'm reporting the news.
Because it's me versus him.
I'm reporting the news.
I picked up Carter and I started him. War. I'm
No,
at war.
no. Hey y'all, let's get into this shit, man. Hey, we gonna start with the war between the states. The North is out there shellacking the South. What's the current record? What is it? Like
They won 4 games out of 8.
4 out of 8. All right, so dealer's choice. This is your division, your people. What you want to start? Black Republicans World Ball for Dominion Bowl, Matrix and Chibo, you and Broad Street Bullyfoots.
Nah, let's go.
People's Champ and the motherfucking Lions.
The East and the West. Let's go to the game in a week.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, the game of the week is either gonna be the Gronk versus the ass
We can
kicker.
start with the Gronk versus the ass kickers, and Cheese the Dime versus the Champ. All right, so you got the STL.
What'd you say?
Huh? Cheese the Dime versus the Champ.
That's the game of the week.
No, I'm just saying that's the people out of the North and the East.
Make that the game of the week. The Champ deserves the game of the week. So
Against Cheese the
Dime? Game of the week. Cheese the Dime trying to take out.
Cheese the Dime trying to take out the Champ.
Undefeated Champ.
Undefeated champ. So we got Cheese the Don, Mr. 3-2, second in that East Division, going up against the undefeated, undisputed #1 team in all the land, the champion Hurricane Walker, people. Then you got Josh Allen, Gibbs, and Cook, all are having a great season. On the other side, Hurts, great trade. And you got Henry. Henry's not having a great. I want to talk about him a little. He's not having a real Henry-like season. Projected 209 for Cheese the Don. Projected Hurricane Walker at 231. Hurricane Walker is coming off a big win over the new Northsiders last year, keeping them at 5-0. So I want to talk about Henry, and I want to talk about the champ. And he's making more moves now. That was one thing that you was always critical of him of, and all the things that he didn't do. But Gibbs, he's top to bottom. This team is stacked. Allen, Gibbs, Cook, Duze, Bryce Thomas Jr., Wandale. I like Wandelay. On the other side, Cheese the Don is having a decent season. He's having a good, decent season, and his team is out there rocking for him. Njoku, 10 points, 9 points a game. You got good. Trey Tucker out there doing this thing. But Henry is really letting this guy down, man. What's up with that? Am I missing something? Do it look like Henry not even in there? Henry's not even in the starting lineup.
He's not starting. He's not starting Henry, and I actually somewhat agree. They playing the Rams. They don't got their starting quarterback. Their defense has been terrible. If they get down early against the Rams, they're not gonna run that ball. They're gonna pass it. And if they passing it, they throwing in Hill or somebody else. They're not gonna have Henry in there. So I understand until LJ gets back and they start grinding it out and doing this and that. You know, Henry might get some good first quarter run, but if they don't score and the Rams come down and score and then score again, they down 14 points. Henry done. We all know it. You don't agree?
The thing is this. You got to still go with your high hand. And who
He's been trash
well,
since
not I'm
week
saying
one.
not I'm saying you still got to go. There's no scenario in this world where I bench Devontae Smith. Just ain't. He's still your guy. He's your number one RB.
I don't care.
He's not doing. He's doing slightly better than David Montgomery, who you have in there right now. Trey Tucker, he's doing slightly better than Trey Tucker. Shaheed, he's doing slightly better than him. It's gonna be some goal line runs out there. You gotta go with your guy, and I disagree with it, but I think that Chiefs Don goes down. I mean, last week he's not been out here really lighting up the scoreboard. He did hit 250 last week, but overall 202, 209.
250 is a great score. That's lighting up the scoreboard. That's lighting up the scoreboard. Had he played Walker last week in week 5, he won. Listen, Stafford's been on fire last 2 weeks. Metcalf is back playing Cleveland. The Steelers are on a bye. They're coming off a bye. Cleveland's coming from overseas. So I like the Steelers in this matchup, and it could be a blowout. Just the fatigue of going overseas, coming back, and having to play the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a bye.
That's big. The Steelers coming off a bye is big. They rested.
Yeah. Shaheed's floor has been about 10 every week. Like Tucker. Tucker, I believe, is becoming the main guy with the Raiders because
Bowers is out.
But even when Bowers was playing, Tucker was the man. Bowers, maybe you just a one-hit wonder. Maybe him and Geno doesn't have chemistry. I don't know. I would say I like Bowers in college. He was a beast, even though he went to Georgia. I wouldn't call him a one-hit wonder, but I don't think Geno skill sets takes advantage of what Bowers brings. So until the Raiders get a new quarterback, Bowers is just going to be a good tight end. He's not going to be tight end one. Under Geno, Bowers, I'm going to go out. Maybe I'll jinx you into something good because anytime I speak like this, the opposite happens. But under Geno, Bowers will never be the number one tight end.
Okay.
So that's
who you got?
I'm going with the upset. Listen. The Hurricane Walker is a good team. I think this. This is just, I think Chiefs Don is going to pull off the upset miracle win. Down goes Hurricane Walker this week and next week against the U City Lions. U City Lions coming back for retribution. U City Lions. I can't wait to talk about the U City Lions.
Next up, we have the Ass Kickers versus the Gronk.
The Gronk.
4-1 in the second in that West Division. Gronk projected hit 229. You got Purdy, who was questionable. Kyren Williams, St. Louis' own. And Dak Prescott. I think he's going to go with Dak. On the other side, you got Josh Jacobs projected at 23. Jordan Love, 21. And the Ass Kickers are projected at 217.
Ooh.
It's a 12-point difference in the two of these teams. And who needs the win more? Who needs that win more? Because that window to 8 is close. The Gronk is halfway there. I think Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs coming off a bye week are going to be rested. The new RB1 out there in Arizona, Michael Carter, coming off a 19-point performance. Devontae Smith, he had his coming out party last week. Keon Coleman, he is still lackluster. And Malik Washington gets the start. But Josh Downs may make his way up into that starting lineup. The defense, this defense and special teams has been keeping this team alive since last year. I don't know why Chibo dropped Cooper DeJean, who is now the number 3 cornerback in all the land. I'm going to go over to the other side. The Gronk. He has GM'd his way into a great team. You said something earlier in the chat about Tyrone Tracy and bringing him in, starting Tracy. I still say Scatbo is the RB1. Quentin Johnson is questionable as well. That was a great trade. The world lost, fucked himself on that. Dumbass nigga. Ricky Purcell, he's questionable. Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle had a crazy game last week, and they going up against Dallas. I don't see him replicating another, 38 points? Some shit like that. But if he hit 25, I wouldn't be surprised. So it's going to be a good game. I don't really see anything on his bench that I'm disagreeing with. But if I were, I would go Dak against Carolina as opposed to Aaron Rodgers over Cleveland. After if Purdy can't go, everybody else, Bowers is hurt, Reed is hurt. Hey, we out here just making moves and trying to make shit happen. I'm gonna tell y'all people, Devin Lloyd, he leads the league in interceptions, and he is for sale. He's a great linebacker out there in that Jacksonville defense that my co-host, the talent, is talking about. In that Jacksonville defense, he almost brought Wilson back for the win. I got the ass kickers winning this in the upset over the Gronk. That's my take on it. What you say, Nick?
If I'm picking the Gronk. He's been on a heater since after losing to Hurricane Walker week 1. Since then, he's been on heater, especially the last 2 games since he's picked up Quentin Johnston. Scatterboo is back. I think he is going to take somewhat of a hit because Tyrone Tracy is probably more of the third down back type guy. He won't be getting all the carries. And I think they generally like Tyrone Tracy enough. It seems like as soon as he came off IR, they immediately like he playing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Reminds me of Johnny Manziel. Just his swag and how he operate. He gives me a lot of Manziel vibe.
On the other side, I do question why Malik Washington is starting. Malik Washington has went in double digits one time this year. It was like week 2. Since then, it's a lot of 6, 7. Just weird to me. I don't know if Josh Downs shit in somebody's cereal. I don't know. I mean, Josh Downs hasn't had that much of a bigger difference, but I'm looking at Malik Washington, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Well, you know, with Tyreek Hill out, I mean, who else they got to throw to? Waddle? That's it. I mean, you got to throw to somebody else.
No, they don't. Because if they did, he would have got more than 6 points last week. It ain't like he Tyreek got hurt last week. And
he got 5 targets last week, 4 receptions, just no yard. They kept using him on screenplays.
Exactly.
They kept using him on screenplays.
But that's gonna change. He's not that guy. He's not that guy.
And I cannot wait until Monday's show when we revisit.
So you're gonna be like,
every time
I told you who's the guy. I told you. Or you know what you're gonna do? You're not gonna mention it at all. And if I don't remember, we'll go right on past it. That's what'll happen. Yeah.
Sorry for messing up your breakdown.
Who is Josh Downs playing? Arizona, who is in shambles right now. And it's in Arizona. But
it's in Indy.
Oh, is it in Indy?
Yep.
Yeah, I would go with Josh Downs, but
I told you he might end up in there. Hell, Wicks might end up in there.
Who?
Wicks. Off a bye. Wicks might end up in there. Who knows? But you know who in there? Carter, Smith, Mayer. This is what you do, people. Mayer My tight end is down. My number one tight end is down. A good GM has the insurance. Get the insurance, niggas. And I'm
Mayor is not insurance though. I get what you're saying, but Mayor is a bum. I would definitely go out in free agency, and if it was me, I'd go out there and get this kid Bellinger, who had 4 targets, 4 receptions for 52 yards last week. I'd probably go get Clement over it. This just is over Mayer. And I ain't no big, I'm not a big Clement fan, but I get Clement over Mayer because Mayer is trash. And Geno don't throw to the tight end. Okay. Who else would I go out and get? Ain't nothing else much out there.
gonna roll.
But I would not start Mayer because
you don't have to. I am.
Geno don't throw to the tight end.
Okay.
He damn sure ain't gonna throw to Mayer. He might throw to Bowers some, but he ain't throwing to Bowers like Bowers rookie year. So he definitely gonna like Mayer can't come back to the huddle and say, "Hey man." I just don't see enough for if you asking me for unless love them playing Cincinnati, so that could be
off a bye, off a good rest.
A good love Jacobs. Before they went on by, they had that good 30-30 game apiece. Coleman on Monday night against Atlanta. I'll get to see what Atlanta. I haven't watched Atlanta play. I want to see Atlanta play. They playing the Bills. Coleman's got to step up, man. He's got to step up. It's getting to a scary situation with Coleman. I mean, he had that first game, and we backed up off of him, but it's getting scary. And then he's getting disciplined. He's getting disciplined before games. He's supposed to be the guy hurt. It's just a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Just a rumor. And I don't know if I like this or not, but I heard Buffalo is interested in Chris Olave. And if Chris Olave gets traded to Buffalo, cancel Christmas for Coleman. Because Chris Olave will be
a concussion away from a vegetable.
He'll be the number one wide receiver in Buffalo if he gets traded there. And Coleman, he's had his chance. I mean, he talent-wise, he's the best wide receiver they got, and he just won't step up.
We'll see how things go.
Saying,
and you know me. You know me. I move on.
We are in the danger zone. Now, you don't move on, but we are in the danger zone with Coleman. Listen, man, Coleman's been offered. He's not been moved.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I move on from people.
Yeah, but at this point,
I got one nigga on my squad for last year's draft. One.
At this point, we are in the danger zone with Coleman. Big time danger zone.
Hey, we'll see. So you got the Gronk pulling it out.
Yeah, until the Gronk heater is over, I'm probably gonna be picking him. It doesn't matter who he's playing. I know after this week, the West plays the South 4 straight game. So until the Gronk is really stopped this heater, I think he's been 250 plus or somewhere in that area.
Last week, the Gronk hit. Gronk hit 251 last week. And isn't that his second game of the week this year? No, People's Champ had game of the week, team of the week.
He had 250. He had 251 last week. The week before against Cheese of Dime, he was at 240. The week before that, 271. So after them first 2 duds, because he gave us two duds,
and then went off and just put his shit kickers on.
Then 271, 240, 251. He is on the heater. So I'm gonna go with the high hand. Not saying that the ass kickers been respectable. I will give the ass kickers their props. They have been respectable. They ain't putting up no bullshit numbers. So I will say that. But the Gronk has been on.
They ain't never been stinker of the week. You two sons of bitches out there, you two pussy ass niggas.
Two. Who you talking to when you say two? Because we've had 5 stinker of the weeks. You mentioned 2. Who are those 2 you mentioned? Or you mentioned?
Go ahead, finish your breakdown, brother. They know that. What's understood don't have to be. What's understood don't.
Listen, man. The people want to know. They want to know the inside joke. We've had 5 stinker of the week. Last week, the Missouri Kings. I didn't mention this in the ranking. But last week, the Missouri Kings had the stinker of the year, probably the worst game of the year. 150. It don't get no worse than that. Is that who you talking about? You call him pussy ass for being stinker of the week?
You got the Gronk winning, right? So we move on and we talk about one team who has definitely been stinker of the week. That is Sparks Bucks going up against El Patron. 224, 3-2, first in that East Division. Sparks Bucks projected 222. Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle, and Xavier Worthy are his top 3. Taylor, John, Type, 26. Dobbins and Spencer Rattler out on the El Patrons. The El Patrons are 1-4, third in that West. They on the projections, they're 10 points off of Sparks Bucks. Sparks Bucks have been talking a lot of head lately and talking a lot of noise about this, that, and the third. I'm going to take my time. We're going to break some shit down. First off, we're going to talk about the 250 you jacked off. So you jacked off the 250. And not only did you jack off the 250, you dropped them 6 days later, only to find out that your quarterback, your number 1, Lamar Jackson, is still probably not going to play, and it looks like he's going to be out for a few more weeks, only to find out that Tua is also questionable, so you actually dropped your only for show possible quarterback for this week, which is a horrible GM move. This is the thing I don't respect about you niggas. Y'all go ahead and y'all talk all this shit. And y'all talk big. Y'all talk this, that, and the other. But y'all never answer questions. Not one time will you niggas ever say, I fucked up. You literally, and I've touched on this before, but I'm going to take time today. You literally paid a motherfucker a first and a second to take the top 3 running back in the fucking league. You paid him to take him off of your hands and got the nerve to say, is every fucking deal supposed to be instant impact? No, nigga. But you don't pay a motherfucker a first and a second to take the number 3 running back. You just don't. Now, with that being said, my nigga, you out here talking all this big head. You don't never answer questions. Talking to you was like talking to that other nigga, and that shit saddened me. It saddened me because you can't simply answer a question and be a man. Be a man and say, nigga, I fucked up. Shit happens sometimes. Play a fuck up. That's what he say. Play a fuck up. But back to this. Xavier Worthy came back into the game last week and saved you a little bit. Tony Pollard, this guy over here said Tony Pollard wasn't going to be really doing. I mean, top 25 is respectable. Zay Flowers, good game, bad game. Jalen Waddle had a great game. Fanning, Bill has been doing his thing for a rookie out here that you keep trotting out there. Oh no, I got you.
Just one game. Let's relax, okay?
I'm not. Yeah. I'm saying I'm just running. At the end of the
day, he had a good week 1 game, 15 points. That's respectable. Then he went 1 point week 2, 10 points week 3, 8 points week 7. Then he had his big breakout game, 30 points, 14 carries. They finally decided to give him the volume. But we got to see. They're going up against Chicago on Monday night. We need to make sure 1 game ain't enough to annoy somebody. So we need to see on Monday night that he's still the guy. Because if we come out Monday night, he give us a dud, or they go back to this rotational thing that they do, then obviously something ain't right.
I've asked this question, and I've not got an answer for him. But he called this a layup question earlier, and I'm talking y'all to shut us in the chat room. I asked the question: is the stinker of the week the real Sparks Bucks, or is the two, what was it that Lee had a couple weeks back? The 244 last week, the real Sparks Bucks? Because you're somewhere in between, but you're not out there lighting up the scoreboard. But like you said, score don't matter. Only wins and losses do. That's according to you. So I will say this: El Patron cannot have another 187-point game. He just can't. And can the Bucks go out there and score in droves? Possible, but I don't see him scoring over his projection. So I honestly, I'm torn, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say Lord Hate. We're gonna go with Hate, and I'm gonna hate on you. We're going with El Patron. El Patron gonna go out there and wins and takes your ass to 500.
All right, so this question that you asked, and let me address that first. I would say this: they've had 3 games over 300, 2 games under 300, and it's been going back and forth, back and forth. So technically, this is the game that they go under 200, based off the pattern.
If history and pattern repeats itself.
I don't like. If I'm looking at a squad, I don't like Tua against the Chargers. Now listen, the Chargers defense ain't all that. They got torched, but they're coming off a bad game against Washington that they was at home. They're going on the road. They got a good coach. I think this team is going to respond, and that could hurt the Miami Dolphins team. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I'm invested in that Miami Dolphins team, but it is a little concerning. Pollard. Listen, Pollard gets the volume, but it's nothing special here. I mean, he's the only show in town, and he's only getting you 12 and a half a game. Listen, Worthy, they going up against Detroit. That should be a shootout. Detroit is going to score points, and
the Chiefs
they just lost a defensive. Detroit just lost a cornerback, so they're gonna score points, and the Chiefs are gonna have to score points also. It's a primetime game. Chiefs coming off a loss, and the Chiefs. Let me say this about the Chiefs: they are a good team. They don't get it confused because you watched them on Monday night get dog walk by Trevor Lawrence, you know, my man falling over his lineman, getting up and just punching it into the end zone like a man. The Chiefs are put your heads up, Chiefs. Hold your head up. They're a good team. So Xavier Worthy got held in check against the Jaguars, but the Detroit defense is not the Jaguars defense. So it's time to eat, young Worthy. It ain't like you playing the Jaguars this week. Let me keep going. Mm-hmm. I don't need to bother me. I'm not a fan of Flowers. We know that. I've told you how I feel about Flowers, and we don't know. How bad is a badass dog. We don't know if we don't know. We'll see what Bill do. Here's my problem. He's starting Laporta. Makes sense. They're going up against Chiefs. He's also starting Fannin Jr., who's playing the Pittsburgh. They're coming from overseas. Here's my problem. Hunt or Pacheco might go off. They just might. But I understand his logic, so I'm not killing him. Hey, I don't want to start neither one of them. Hunt got a 7. Hunt went off last week, but before then, I ain't gonna lie. Before then, Hunt hadn't really done nothing, but he get all the goal line carries every time. So Pacheco is pretty capped. He got to go from the 20 to 20. If he don't make a long yard, which he not, then if he don't make a long touchdown, he ain't getting nothing because as soon as they get inside that 10-yard line, they bring in Hunt. And then let's talk about this guy, A.J. Barner. Last week, A.J. Barner went for 25 big points, 7 for 7, 53 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's a big tight end. I like A.J. Barner. I really do. I really do like A.J. Barner. Sam Darnold has been coming on strong. Is A.J. Barner his guy now? And if he is, why is A.J. Barner on the bench? A.J. Barner should be starting. He's a
He
top.
did talk a lot of yang about him.
Yeah, he's a top 10 tight end in this league after 5 weeks. It is. Let me check. It is.
Why is he on the bench?
That's what I'm asking. Laporta, he's 7. Okay. Fannin Jr., 17. Interesting. So he's benching the number 9 tight end. Laporta's number 7. I'll give Laporta the props. I didn't know he was that high. And Fannin 17. And A.J. Barner's 9. But he's got A.J. Barner on the bench.
I want to take a moment to shit real quick on somebody real quick. Just want to let you know that Trey Harris was selected 19th. And so every time I see a motherfucker that's doing worse than Christian Kirk, who was injured for the first 2 games, just understand Trey Harris. I'm going to interrupt your shit. Listen, look here, little nigga. Understand. When I was out here making it rain, you wasn't even a drizzle. You right now, you getting a little drizzle. You got you a couple of ones. You throwing it out on the stage and all that good shit. But really, are you out here doing anything, my nigga? Huh? When I was out there making it rain, little dude, you wasn't a drizzle. Now, y'all make y'all little jokes about Kirk, but just understand the same nigga that you drafted in 19, Trey Harris, ain't doing shit. But you got Barner on the bench, and Barner is the number 9 tight end, as my brother over there was saying, and you out there talking all this shit. And at the end of the day, you still paid a motherfucker first and a second to take the number 3 running back. That's shitty GMing. But drizzle on, my nigga.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Listen, I am throwing a little fear speech at this guy,
Lord Hayes.
So I have no beef with him, but I am throwing some first speech with him because he clearly has a problem. But I will say this: are you going to defend your title this year? Is that title going to get taken? Because you are the East champion. You are the current defending East champion. You got 2 guys ahead of you by 1 game, not 21 game. But is that East division title in jeopardy of being under new management after this season, after these 14 weeks?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying it
So
right
now. So
now.
you just saying you still the champ?
I'm still the champ.
Okay.
This is the thing, and like you told your flunky before we get into Flunky Bowl, it's a marathon, and this the killer part. Dude out here acting as if he on his way to the AFC Championship. I'm out here. I'm at 3-2. Y'all niggas at 2-3. Y'all hating and this, that, and other. Nigga, we 25% away through the season. You really just started. This is what I'm saying, nigga. We brought you into the fold, man. Brought you on. But when we was doing this shit, when I was get you one. Get you one. You ain't even got close to getting one. You ain't what the world law say? You ain't never felt the confetti on your face.
Listen,
the crowd.
I do want to say, the guy say he's out here doing his big GM, he's doing his big GM, and I will say this: picking up the Jaguars head coach. Basically,
this is all you want to do is sit up and glaze.
What we seen them do on Monday night. This guy doesn't like the Jaguars. He has shit on the Jaguars multiple times. but he don't like the Jaguars, but he loves Sparks Buck. So he picked up the Jaguars head coach because he is expecting the Jaguars head coach to make him some money this week. Big shouts out to Sparks Bucks for trying to win and knowing that Trevor Lawrence is the guy that's going to get you that win. Now let's go over
We
to
spent
El
all this
Patron.
time
Before we move on, listen, El Patron team, he still needs a linebacker. He's got a linebacker on by. I'm sure he'll get that replaced. That should probably give him another 9 to 10 points and make this an even closer projected game. My problem with El Patron is he has not been hitting his projections at all this year. I think maybe one time and he still lost because the team outscored him. He's gonna need AJ Brown and Hurts to get their shit together. And then J-Mo's a hit and miss type of guy. Oh my God, the Jaguars just traded Tyson Campbell to the Cleveland Browns for Greg Newsome. That is interesting.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I just came across my.
Hey, this is why we do the show live, people.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah.
So who you got?
Anyway, I got you know what? I'm gonna go with Sparks Bucks because I'm gonna be rooting for El Patron. Listen, I'm gonna be rooting for El Patron. But if I'm making a pick, I'm going with Sparks Bucks because the same reason I went with the Gronk, I'm going with Sparks Bucks until El Patron proves he can hit his projection on a consistent basis. And he just hasn't been doing it. And I'm really concerned. Listen, I get it. Rattler's been good. I don't like the matchup against New England, but I also don't like. But yeah, I don't like Penix going up against Buffalo on Monday night. But I probably would still start him over Rattler. That's just me.
I dig it.
But I'm gonna go with Sparks Bucks. I think he could get in unless we see. Listen, I still question his killers, but if Bill steps up and Waddle without Hill, because Hill was the guy, always the guy for Tua, and Waddle got the change. But if Waddle is the guy, then he got some killers.
Okay.
Hill out. So I'm gonna go with Bucks for the win.
Whatever. New Northsiders and Missouri Kings 1-4, 1-4, 192, 202. I ain't gonna waste the time.
It's an interesting game. It's an interesting game because the winner is the loser.
The winner is the loser, and the loser is the winner. The winner is the loser, and the loser is the winner.
Jerv, listen, they gonna both put out their best lineups. The winner is the loser because Jeremiah Love is on the line. But I know Missouri Kings want to win. He's a fighter. Listen, and Chuck's putting his best lineup out there at times. Let me check real quick because I noticed something last week.
I noticed Javonte Williams averaging 22.9 points a game, ranked number 3 in the lineup. He's starting.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's crazy than the motherfucker. When you really say the stats out there, let it roll off your tongue. 22.9 points per game. Number 3 overall. And you paid a motherfucker to take that off your hand.
That's crazy. Hey, I mean, that was a good trade and I criticized the trade. I thought Chuck was we didn't know Javonte Williams was going to do his big thing like that. And he got a first round pick next year to add on. So he'll have 3 first round picks.
To put around him.
He loses against Missouri Kings. That's even better. But if I was picking, I'd go Missouri Kings because I think Missouri King, here's his big problem. Without Chuba Hubbard, he's dead in the water.
This motherfucker's out here. This is the second week in a row he done started Taysom Hill. And Taysom Hill is getting 1.1 points a game. Now, Juwan Johnson is on the bench. He's expected to return this week, but I don't even know why you got Taysom Hill on. You told me about 2, 3 other tight ends out there that's well worth something other than Taysom
He's
Hill.
a name. He's just a familiar name who used to be a fantasy guy. But I mean, he's like 35, 36. He's probably reached that clip. Plus, they trying to start over and get away from the Sean Payton era. So it's just, Sean Payton, I think, paid him and he's just locked into a contract. But I don't know, man. Missouri King is in,
Missouri Kings wins this easily. I mean, not easily, but Missouri Queens should win this. That's not a problem.
and if he does, that's a big win for
Chuck.
the FFC.
All right, now we got the war between the states. We're going to start with Flunky Bowl. Flunky Bowl, the Black Republicans Minion Bowl, quoted and named by Mr. 5-9, Sean. Cheese the dime, but Flunky Bowl 3-2, second in that South World Boss at the crib, 243 projection. He rarely hits his projections. He's always he brags about that 240 projection, but they only hit over it once. Jaden Daniels 25, Bijan Robinson 22, and Brees Hall 17. On the other side, you got T Mac Murray with his short buster ass, and Genty 192, another below 200 projection for the Black Republicans, who went out there talking that yang. He very well could not have a quarterback this week, but we shall see. I am going to allow you to lead into Flunky Bowl because these are your two flunkies, your two minions, your two puppets. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you have and let the lead in. So talk Flunky Bowl.
First off, you shouldn't be doing that, okay? Because I don't control anything with them. They not my minions. That's just ridiculous. But let's talk about them. LBJ. Bijan back off the bye, going against Buffalo, who can't stop the run. Oh my God. LBJ could go for 50. They can't stop the run in Buffalo. Everybody knows it. So LBJ, Bijan could just go off. Let's see what else we got. Where's that game, man? Okay. Swift is back. Daniels is back. Daniels had a great game last. Well, I don't know if he had a great game last week, but they pulled off a good win against the Chargers. I didn't have them beating the Chargers after QJ fumble. Washington defense just went off. McBride, if Kyler Murray's hurt, I don't know if that's going to affect McBride. And then you got the late game scores, the guys who used to frustrate Chibo Burgers to no end, Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson. They will show out in the fourth quarter when they're down 60 and help People's Champ come back and win Team of the Week. I'm not salty over it. I'm just saying these guys in the fourth quarter, I think they call it the witching hour. They are going to score points because everybody else is playing prevent defense. So Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, they should step up, and he's finally starting, I think, for the first time this year, Goddard on Monday night against the Giants. He lost Marion Hampton for 4 weeks, high ankle sprain. Don't look like Scary Terry's coming back just yet. So he's pretty much to the max. I mean, his bench, Butte didn't do nothing for him. He gave him enough to get the win, but that's it.
He's still on the bench. I don't know why. He's
not starting. That's interesting. He's not starting the Commanders' defense. He's going with the Broncos' defense overseas. They're playing the 9:30 game overseas.
The Broncos head coach?
Yeah, the Broncos head coach. I'm surprised he don't go with his with the Commanders because they still been decent. The head coach, even though. But I mean, they're going against the Jets. Jets got blown out last week. On the other side, the Black Republicans, I don't know if Kyler Murray gonna play. He can still put in a claim for Cooper Rush. Dobbs is back. Coker is back. We get our chance to see Coker. Coker is a guy that he's been touting. Coker and McMillan, though, on the same team playing against Dallas, you can grow on Dallas. So those two guys might have a big game. We'll see what Kincaid do. Ayo Mara and then Theo Johnson. We'll see him tonight against the Eagles. And last week he had 22 big points, 6 receptions off 7 targets, 2 touchdowns.
Is that sustainable?
I think so. They say Dart and Theo Johnson are good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Neighbors is hurt. Who else is he throwing it to? Who is the number 1 wide receiver in New York? Do you know?
Theo Johnson.
Theo Johnson might be the guy. It might be the state.
I rocks with that. And we talk the breakdown, the complete breakdown. He scored 203 last week, right?
Yeah.
That was also with probably combined 40 points, 50 points from his kicker and his punter.
Okay.
Again, I'm a numbers dude. If you cut that in half,
let's not do this.
He's below 200 again. You got 203. You got 203 with 40 points combined for your kicker and your punter.
Look, the kicker and the punter is happening. He scored 250 and his punter was minus 1.2.
That's an anomaly. And what I'm saying is the 250 is an anomaly, just like the punter and the kicker getting you 50 points. But if you didn't have, again, just cut it in half. You take 25 points off of your shit, you are well below 200. And a 15-point day and a 15-point day for your kicker and your punter, you sleep like a baby. You happy as hell. So all I'm saying is I'm just numbers.
I don't like you in this cut it in half thing that you do.
All I'm saying is at the end of the day, you don't have to like the cut it in half, because at the end of the day, you take those numbers, you cut them in half. That's a feasible number for that position. They go out there and they go off, but you cut it in half. That's a good number for that position, right?
Why? What's your point?
My point of the matter is this nigga trash. World Boss goes on to win. Who you got? Flunky Bowl. All right, cool.
But it's amazing. It's amazing how you going in on Black Republican. Last time I've seen you ever go in on somebody like this was the World Boss. You was in a war with him. Huh. And now
I went in on Brian like this. Remember, I went in the war with Brian. I stayed in Brian ass.
Now you going in on World Boss because you at war.
Well, you want to see somebody get ready to go in? We're going to start off with the New York City Matrix and the Chibo Burgers. New York City Matrix, 3-2, second in that North Division. Friend of the show, fan of mine, fan of his. Chibo Burgers, 3-2, first in that South. 190 is the projection right now for Chibo Burgers. 179.8 for New York City Matrix.
Is what?
179.8 for the New York City Matrix is his current projection. I say again, just it's not a typo. Your speakers ain't wrong. 179.8 for the Matrix and 190 for the Chibo Burgers. I'm gonna let you have this one.
Chibo Burgers. What a let's first off, I don't know if people know or not, but Chibo Burgers did a trade with the team commish. It was Chase Brown, who he was in the room. He was trying to get one of the rookie running backs for him. Nobody wanted to accept. I decided to trade my rookie running back, Braylon Smith, and my rookie tight end, Colston Loveland, to Chibo. He took 2 good rookies, and he gave up Chase Brown. Now it comes at somewhat of a cost because he's got Stroud and Nico Collins on a bye, and Justin Jefferson. I don't know. He said we did talk, and he did say he kind of missed that before he made the trade. He probably would have waited, but you never know how. If you wait a week and a rookie go off, that trade might not be there.
Right.
Brown had been upsetting him. That's a little risk on my end, taking Chase Brown. Back to Chibo. Lucky him. He playing anybody else in this league. That 190 projection he's bringing to the table would look real bad. But he's playing the Matrix, and the Matrix is okay. Who he gets back? He gets that running back from the Steelers back, but Jaylen Warren, let me find that game. I'm bad. I'm sorry, people. He gets Gainwell back, who had a monster game 2 weeks ago, but Jaylen Warren, they saying it's gonna play. And if they gonna play Jaylen Warren, knowing Tomlin, they might 50-50 split that thing.
You know, if Sid go out there and pick up a kicker, he closed the gap on this. He doesn't have a kicker in.
Well, Sid gonna pick up a kicker on Sunday, and it's not gonna happen until Sunday because Sid wakes up on Sunday and he fixes his lineup. So that might, that'll add an extra 9. That'd be like 188. Pretty much almost what he scored last week, but it was 179. He's got Goff going up against KC. Junkins, man, did we miss out? The top 6 teams missed out on Junkins. For him to get Junkins at 7 was just that he should be sending whoever that girl who lied on Junkins, he need to send her a gift basket and say, "Hey,
thank you
you helped out my fantasy team, and nobody ever get to play with Junkins but me." He probably should have had R.J. Harvey. Junkins should have went top 5, but it didn't happen. Myers with the Raiders. Myers was a good wide receiver, but Geno has killed Myers. Myers is not good anymore. Geno has just killed this team. He's starting Renfro. You know you bad when you start Renfro. Let me see something. Look, I'm gonna tell you this though. Mason Taylor, he part of that Jets offense. He has been getting a lot of good run. Mason Taylor, like 12 targets, 9 receptions last week. Man, he's been coming on. A week before, 7 targets, 5 receptions. Man, he found. I think he found his tight end one, and he might end up being one of the best tight ends. This is what Sid been searching for tight ends his whole life, and now he got one. I thought on draft night that the FFC was gonna draft Mason Taylor, but he went with Aurora, and that's looking like a bad move. But Sid finally got his tight end. So listen, running back locked, tight end locked. That, you know what that means for the rest of the league? We can actually get a tight end now because Sid has his tight end. Okay, he's got his tight end. But after Junkins and Taylor, the rest of his team is ass. The fucking projections agree. Chibo got lucky to play this bum this week. And I'll be honest with you. There's no fucking way I start Renfro or that damn tight end at tight end. I moved Mason Taylor in at tight end, take Gesicki out the league, out the lineup, and I might even start anybody. I'd start my fucking self. I mean, anyway. See, over on the other side, Chibo got to start Young, Travion Henderson. He
got Rashard Smith in the lineup.
Yeah, he made the trade. It would be Chase Johnson, but he made the trade, and all his guys on by. Travion Henderson, Antonio Gibson just hurt his knee, so Travion Henderson, they gotta play him, man. I don't know what's going on with the New England staff, but they gotta play him. Davis should get an uptick. Rashard Smith, if you look at him, he's slowly been coming on every week. He's gotten better and better.
Pacheco, Hunt, and Rashard can't eat.
Rashard catches a lot of passes. Rushing, he's not doing anything. But if you go look at his receiving, 3 targets last week, 3 targets the week before, 3, and he does the kickoff return. So he get a little extra something there. He had some real good kickoff returns, but they kept getting called for holding against the Jaguars. The Jaguars kickoff return team is so good that you have to hold them. They are a really, really, really good team, and they cover really, really, really. Man, I'm sorry, man. They 4-1. It's a 4-1 team led by their leader Trevor Lawrence. It's a great team. They got Seattle this week at home. Seattle's coming 3,000 yards all the way to play the Jaguars. It's a big win we need to get. Go 5-1. Beating the 49ers, a 4-1 team, to beat Seattle, a pretty good team, to beat the Chiefs, the defending AFC champion. The Jaguars go 5-1. Whoa. Okay.
But they lost enough games already, so who wins?
I'm going to go with Chivo Burgers because New York City Matrix is trash. They shouldn't win another game.
Anyway, speaking of Trevor Lawrence, we're going to move on to Team Commish and Broad Street Bullyfoots, the 2-3, second, if not leader of scoring in all the land.
I'm the leader by plus 70 points.
You are a 70-point leader in
the next guy. The next guy is Hurricane Walker at 1170. I'm at 1230.
That's what's up.
Just 60 point.
2.3 projection on the Team Commish. Caleb Williams, A-Chain, and St. Brown. Great trade. Broad Street Bullyfoots 1-4, fourth in the North, 197, which is a higher projection than Chibo. Trevor Lawrence, trash. Travis Etienne, 16 points, and Ferguson. Jake Ferguson, man, is the number 1 tight end in all the land. Nobody saw that fucking coming. I didn't see that.
Just some injuries. With what's his name down? CeeDee Lamb down. That goes to Ferguson anyway, but with CD out, Ferguson's going to get peppered. So he's got to enjoy this while he can.
I'm going to start, and with your logic, the logic that was used last year about Love, it's only 16 teams in this league. Trevor Lawrence is ranked 19th. Trash. Xavier Legette, Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne, he is not doing his thing. Bullyfoots has a dead team. We're just going to call it what it is. I don't even know who he beat for that one win. Was it Black Republicans? And I ain't trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably the only motherfucker he can beat. Travis Hunter is out there in that cornerback spot. 10 points a game. You dodged a bullet. Noah Gray. I honestly thought Noah Gray would have a better year this year because Kelsey wouldn't give a fuck. But I'm not even going to spend a whole lot of time on Bullyfoots. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on Team Commish. Caleb Williams, number 14 quarterback in all the land. He's been having a great year. Saquon Barkley, top 10, doing stuff like that. Pickens, you got him, and Pickens is top 7. Great team up and down all the way around. Olave, I just think he's one hit away from not doing shit. You still got a defensive line spot open that's only going to give you another 3-4 points. Look, you home field advantage, number 1 scoring team in all the land. Your 3 losses in a row, and you said something last week that was funny, and I'm going to turn it over to you. But 3 losses, man, that's not a good look, and it's not. I know it's got to be painful. So I'm gonna go ahead get you camera one, powder your nose. You're getting it in 3, 2.
Anyway, listen, man. We should win this game. We should. But the North, for some reason, when they play Tinker Mish, have been scoring 20, not 20, 45 plus points over their projections. So, if that theme continues with Bullyfoot, which would be fucking amazing, he's going to score about 245 this week. That would be a killer. A killer. Now, I'm projected to do about 243. I've been hitting my projections here and there. So, that's a good thing. I'm thinking we should get this win. Seattle's a good team. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence and ATN and that stack with Travis Hunter is going to work out. Travis Hunter, if he was strictly a wide receiver, it would be bust. But for fantasy, as a cornerback, he's averaging, I want to say, where is he at? Goodness gracious. We still got him in the game. Yeah, he got him.
He's averaging
in the
10
game.
points.
So if you got a corner that's averaging 10 points a game, that ain't bad. But we was expecting at least 15. I'm be honest. If I had him, that's what I'd be wanting. Bourne went off last week. If Jawan Johnson and Ricky Parasol plays Bourne, this is crazy because before that game last week, which was on a Thursday, Bullyfoot's dropped Bourne. This week, Bullyfoot's put in 150 for the guy that he dropped the week before. I put in 125 bid. I didn't think I honestly thought more people was gonna bid on Bourne, but it was just pretty much me and Bullyfoot. I think some other people put in low 20 type bids. So if Jawan Johnson and Pearsall plays this week, Bourne probably is not going to score much. Leggett hasn't done much. More. Addison's on a bye. That kind of hurts him. Waller's been on a tear. I don't know what the fuck going on with him. So Waller and Ferguson, they could be some good money. So
I'm going to ring with that guy.
My advantage. I think my big advantage is really Trevor Lawrence going up against Seattle, but that's the Jaguars. So you can't count on Seattle. Matter of fact, the Buccaneers put up 38 on Seattle's defense last week. So yeah, the Buccaneers ain't the Jaguars. That's the best 4-1 team in Florida resides in Jacksonville. We all know that. And let me say this, especially if anybody watching. The best 4-1 team resides in Jacksonville. And if there's any disagreement with that, speak up now. I didn't hear anything from Forrest Bucks. He's part of the show. I didn't hear anything. So obviously, the Jacksonville Jaguars are the best team in Florida. All right.
This whole fucking show. Is Tyquan Thornton the real thing?
Yes, but he's a boom and bust guy. And he's only a real thing for another week. When Rashid Wright come back next week, again, he's a boom and bust. He stretches the field. If you forget about him, he can catch a deep one on. But he's not running these short 10, I'm going to pepper him with plays, pepper him with targets, type wide receiver. He's a boom or bust flood. So if you let him get behind you, he gone.
You nervous?
Listen, it could happen, but I'm going with team commission. I'm not. Listen, I'm a little concerned because it don't make sense, but it's happening. 2 in a row. I'm leading the league in scoring, and I'm leading the league in points against. That's crazy.
But according to some people's logic, you're not a good team because you're losing.
Yeah, some people. Listen, I've heard that. It's 5 weeks in, and then listen. I'm gonna tell you. This is about Sparks Bucks, our co-host, and if he watching, I don't know if he watching, but if he is still here and he's watching, he might have heard his game analysis and like, I'm out, I'm done. But if you're still here, guy, I just want to let you know you have fell into my trap. And I don't want to be like, oh, I'm this master manipulator. But I got him where I want him. And now he gonna say, oh, let me hear this bullshit. Well, I'm gonna let you hear the bullshit. You care now. You didn't before. Before it was, I'll see you at Applebee's. This is that. But now you care, and I see it. Motherfucker say, I'm cheating my ass off this year. Since I lost week 2, they let me know that week 2 hurt him. Since I lost week 2, I've been cheating my ass off. He looked at his team. He dropped Russ because he loved everybody on his bench. Russ was the only person on his bench he didn't love. Even though he paid up for him, he's like, I love everybody else. I ain't giving up them niggas. You gone, Russ. Fuck that 250. I'm GMing my ass off. He care. He wants that division bad. That division, that solidifies him. That makes him a legit guy. He cares. So, as much as he care now, the disappointment is there. It's a possibility that if you don't get it done, you can't say, oh, I'm at Applebee's, this, that. No, because you wanted to win, nigga. So the disappointment I'm going to have if I don't win it all, you going to taste that same disappointment. This whole I just want to see improvement. I want to be a better team. Nah, you got expectations. You got expectations. You here now.
You are in the league.
At the beginning of the season, I was begging for you. Put some.
Just asking him, can you promise me 8 games?
Yeah,
I'm only gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Now he's expecting to win the division, and it means something to him. It means something to him.
Because he got to sit on this show, look in this camera, and be able to say, you was wrong. Because if he can't, see, this is the thing, and this is what we was trying to tell you earlier. Either you a contender and you come with every piece of scrutiny that comes along with being a contender, or you just a motherfucker out here in the streets. You just you bully foots. You Missouri Kings. You the FFC. You was Sparks Bucks last year, nigga, but now you care. You want to be a contender. And this is what happens with contenders. We break they shit down, and you got to be right, or you're going to be wrong. Anyway, moving on. Team Commission wins this. Then we got the last one. The People's Champ versus the U-City Geriatric Squad. 238 to 221. 4th in the South versus 1st in the North. Puka Nacua, Justin Fields, and Emeka Egbuka, the rookie sensation, going up against Christian McCaffrey. They gonna work you. Justin Herbert and Warren. 238. 238 is what the U-City Lions are projected to do. Now, the previous team of the week last week was the People's Champ with 37, 33, and 28. Chase, Egbuka, and Fields. Can that be replicated? I don't know. Huh?
They kill us. Listen, you can't kill. They kill us.
RJ Harvey gonna have to step up and get him more than less than 10 points a game.
Egbuka is an official killer.
He is. Number 3 in all the land, 22 is big points. You know one person that's higher than Emeka Egbuka? Jay Williams, who was paid to go away, a first and a second. Kamara, he's questionable. He's old. Kelsey, he's old. Warren is old. Well, actually, Warren's not old. He's young. Christian McCaffrey, he can't play at this level for 14, 16 solid weeks. He just can't. T. Higgins, who you got out there for pocket lint, is averaging you 8.9, but less than 9 points a game. Who do we choose? I am going to have to say I am going to roll with the hot hand, Mr. Team of the Week, coming off that big game. People's Champ is who I'm picking.
I'm also going with the People's Champ. I am not a fan of the Lions. I've said this before. I think they look good on paper, but once the games happen, they struggling to get over 200 every week.
It's like when Gary Payton and Karl Malone, everybody was on the Lakers. That shit looked good on paper. When that shit hit the court, it was trash.
Yeah, he's struggling to hit over 200 every week, and it probably happen this week again. Just struggling to get over 200, but it's an interesting case study.
Okay, and if it wasn't for that 20 points for Kelsey,
it's an interesting case study. I was thinking about the Lions. And I've said I wouldn't keep this team. I would be trading this team's player to contenders in this league. And I'm sure he's thinking, that's a self-serving advice, but I would be trading these players. But the Lions, he's been in this league since 2018. The Lions, since he's been in this league, has never, that I can think of, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you could think of, he's never traded. Once a guy has become somewhat of an elite player, he's never traded that guy. He had Julio Jones, died on his team. Sanders, the running back, died on his team. Eckler died on his team. Najee Harris died on his team. He's not trading Kelsey. He's come close to trading Kelsey, but he's never traded Kelsey. So Kelsey's gonna die on his team. McCaffrey he's gonna probably try to trade McCaffrey at the end of the year. I doubt if anybody's gonna take him. I've never seen him trade a big name player. I've seen him trade for big name players, bringing in Kamara, but I've never seen him actually trade a big name player. So I don't think he's going to trade anybody off this team. He's going to try to win, and we'll see how because these players got a 2-year shelf life. It's going to be interesting to watch to see if he can rebuild this team.
Because we're in week 6. And
no, I think he loses to People's Champ. Again, he's got a big number, but that number don't like if we go look at the scores last week, I can see he would have did this. There's a big flop. They just not hitting. They not doing that.
30 from McCaffrey, 23 from your defense, and 20 from Kelsey, and you still only scored 209 in the last second on the Monday Night Miracle.
Yeah,
that sounds like one of the worst teams in the league.
Here we go.
I'm just saying. So the UC Lions, they go down, and People's Champ, they go to 5-1. Listen, this has been an interesting show. We covered a lot, and the Thursday morning show is that pre-cap to the week, And I know everybody's excited. Everybody's looking up. So shout out to everybody that supports the show. All the cats that's not in the league that watch the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey man, this is gonna be an interesting week because next week we flip flop divisions and then we go 4 strong. And that East is going to have that West. No, the shit. What is it gonna be? The West is gonna have the South, and the East is gonna have that North. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's it.
But Thursday morning, the show is over. Go ahead, take them out, Roy, for the Records crew.
Y'all know how it is, man. Only thing that matters, the only move that matters is the right move. It's a big week, man. And it's, Sunday we get the co-host back, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be on fire. He gonna be on fire, you know what I'm saying? He watches the show on Wednesday and he be waiting, licking his chops for Sunday. So he gonna be on fire. We'll see how.
But I hope he win. Ooh, because to go 3-3 with some other motherfuckers that's going 3. Ooh. Anyway, but
y'all gotta hope we win. Because if we lose, that's the flip side of that coin. If we lose, he gonna be high. He gonna be ready. You know what I'm
there
saying?
is a ground, Monty. There is a ground. He go come in. Listen, everybody, thanks for coming out. We're going to say to y'all, we're going to go ahead and get this out chick cracking. We're going to holler at y'all on Monday. From me to you, you to yours. Peace.
Peace.